I'm so bored. I wonder what I could do.
I just said, yes, man, right away, anything.
What's up, class? Today we are going to turn some good into some better. Now, thing number one you might notice is that I'm using whole kernel corn. That's because I have a badass grinder that I don't have to worry about. If you've never worked with corn before, if you've never ground it, my advice is if you don't have a heavy duty grinder, like a grain mill isn't going to cut it because it'll destroy a grain mill. Either get a good mill that'll handle it or buy it cracked or in meal. So if you follow my channel, you may remember that a little while ago I did malted corn, 100% malted corn for a mash. And we let the liquor fairy turn that into whiskey. Got about a little over a gallon, which was awesome. And now we're going to do the unmalted corn, basically to find out what the difference is between the two. The original reason for malting corn was just for starch conversion. The old timers figured out that if you let the corn germinate, then you got more sugar out of it. And really, we don't need to do that anymore because we have commercial enzymes. We can add shit tons of regular barley malt to it. Whatever you want to do. What I wanted to do was find out, was there a valuable flavor component or a group of components in the malted corn whiskey as opposed to the unmalted corn whiskey. So now, even though it's been a very long time since I did that video, we can actually dig into it. So first things first, we got to grind this stuff. Let's go. All right, so once the corn's ground, you're going to split it into 2 barrels and put in 10 gallons of boiling water into each barrel. And I'm using a big old steel paint mixer to mix that up really good. Get all the dough balls out. You want to make sure you go down to the bottom of each barrel, get all the dough balls broken up so it's nice and smooth and everything's saturated with water. And I'm putting in a little bit of high temperature amylase enzymes. So you're going to cover that with the ugliest comforter you own and let that gelatinize overnight. You're not trying to get starch conversion right now. Then in the morning, take the cover off. It's probably still going to be in the 160s Fahrenheit. So go ahead and add your amylase enzymes, and now it's going to mash for the rest of the day while you're at work or doing whatever. And the next time you come back to it, it's going to be all converted. So then you just have to strain it. And I'm just using a perforated bucket that I made and a brew bag to strain it out. Once you get it all strained out, combine your wort into 1 fermentation vessel. We check our gravity, and then you just add your yeast and close it up and let it ferment. So that was about 3 days ago, and the wash is fully fermented. The yeast chewed through that sugar just like gangbusters. Now the only hang up for me with this whole project is that it's all going to get combined into a bad motivator barrel with the malted corn whiskey, and then it has to sit for years and years. And I'm not that patient, so I'm going to keep a little bit of white spirit so that I can have that to enjoy while I'm waiting. Straight corn whiskey is fine, but I wanted to do something cool. So I think when this is ready, I'm actually going to add some flavoring to it so I can have kind of a white peach crown kind of thing. And the easiest way to do that actually brings me to today's sponsor, Olive Nation. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that I love Olive Nation. They've been a sponsor of the channel for a long time, and it's because their products are so good. Everything that they make, their flavoring extracts, their dehydrated fruits and herbs, their grains, all their weird sugars, all of their stuff that I've ever used has been exceptional quality stuff. The flavorings have bright fruit flavors. They also have like peanut butter flavoring and bacon flavoring. So if you wanted to do, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a whiskey with the reference to Elvis. And so you can add like banana flavoring and peanut butter flavoring and bacon flavoring to your whiskey. They've got you covered because they've got all those flavorings. But What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the peach flavoring and the Madagascar bourbon vanilla. If you wanna have a pure white spirit, they have vanilla extracts that are clear, but this one's got, you know, it's pure vanilla, so it's gonna have that brown color. The peach is clear. Here's something you can do. You can take your flavorings, if you're thinking about a combination, put them together, and then give them a smell like that. And your brain will put them together for you. You get a really cool estimation of what the flavors are gonna be. So I think a peach vanilla is gonna be kind of a reminiscent of a peach crown, just not aged. And I think that's cool. That's something I could take to a party or just sit out on the porch and enjoy it over some ice with maybe a little mint leaf crushed up in it. If you're a home brewer, if you're a hypothetical home distiller, then you need to check out Olive Nation. I'm gonna put the link down in the video description and in the top comment. And if you buy anything on the site, make sure you use this coupon code because you're gonna get 20% off of anything that you purchase on the site. So check out their website. I guarantee that you're gonna find something that you really wanna try out and something that can raise the level of your game or give you something interesting to experiment with. So I was talking to the Liquor Fairy, and the Liquor Fairy doesn't really want to spend the next, 8 or 10 hours in front of a still. And I said, well, why don't you try the little liquor robot? So the Liquor Fairy agreed. They are going to use the My Vodka Maker. If you haven't seen this one, it is pretty dope. This whole thing, about the size of my coffee pot back there, it sits on your counter or your tabletop, or the Liquor Fairy's personal favorite, it'll sit on top of your fermentation vessel or right next to it, so you don't have to move 85 pounds of liquid, which is nice. If you don't know what this is, I've got several other videos where I go into more detail. I'll go ahead and put a link up here or down in the video description. Basically, this thing is a continuous still. They call it a continuous still because it takes a continuous feed of wash and it never stops. And it's always producing. This thing was invented by a South African dude named Lafras. This is the My Vodka Maker Plus, and it's called the My Vodka Maker because he started just trying to make vodka. So his first one, that's all it did. This one makes anything. So you can make flavored spirits or vodka. I sent it to the Liquor Fairy to test out, hypothetically, on brandy and on rum, and it hit both of those out of the park. The amount of flavor that you get back is astonishing for something so small. But honestly, the coolest thing about this is that it makes the cuts for you. Heads, hearts, tails. And then it's got a waste port in the back. This is a vent, that's a vent, and then a little peristaltic pump right here that draws the liquid from your fermentation vessel. It doesn't matter if you have a tiny fermentation vessel, you just did a gallon or two, or if you did 1,000 gallons, it's gonna just keep on trucking and do the whole thing. The best part is it's all controlled through the app on your phone. So, yeah, you really can't beat it. I don't know if I'm gonna get this video posted in time, but Lafras is getting ready to get hit by something called a de minimis import tax. The increase in import tax is supposed to be around 30%. So, if you want to buy one of these, definitely do it before the end of August 2025. Check out myvodkamaker.com so that you can find out all the details, because I know he's got all the details on the site. It's just kind of slipping my stupid brain right now. But I'm going to go hand this off to the Liquor Fairy so that they can hook it up, and then we can get some liquor back. Oh look, the liquor fairy delivered something. Alright, so I have this jar of corn whiskey, the 100% unmalted, and I have this is the malted corn, and I've got two samples right here. And they're both right around 53%. So before we taste these guys, I just want to thank my Patreon supporters, all of you guys that have stuck with me. Thank you so much. All these folks right here and anybody that's not listed, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I am eternally grateful. And as always, you guys are keeping my lights on. Thank you so much. Okie dokie, let's give these a try. We've got our malted corn and our unmalted corn. Now the unmalted corn is still fresh, so I'm getting a lot more ethanol off of the unmalted right now. The malted is tamed a little bit. It's been sitting in glass for over a year. But if you wanted to see the malted corn video, there's a link right up here or down in the video description. It's grungy without having been fermented or distilled on the grain. And that's one of the things I think it really surprised me. But it's got a lot going on for it. There's no like sweet buttery corn or anything like that. There's a little bit of like a shredded wheat kind of flavor in there. Wait on the taste for that one and try the unmalted. Like I said, up front is strong ethanol, but I am getting like fresh corn, cornbread, kind of a sweet corn, just a little tiny bit, not like caramel corn or anything. So let's try these out. Let's try the malted first. The interesting thing about the malted one is that some of that that corn sweetness that isn't really there in the aroma is there in the taste. It's some implied sweetness, and you really get it in the retronasal. That kind of wheat bran or Weetabix flavor. Shredded wheat, it's in there, but it's kind of off to the side a little bit, but it is very, very grainy. It is very, very grainy. Like I said, it tastes kind of like it was fermented or distilled on grain, even though it wasn't. It was strained just like the unmalted corn. Let's do palate cleanse. So now for the unmalted corn. Really good. Both of them have a pretty soft mouthfeel, but I would say that the unmalted corn is a little bit smoother, a little bit softer. It's definitely less complex, and you're getting that implied sweetness, but it's more of a bright sweet corn, like fresh corn on the cob kind of thing. And there is some of that dusty kind of cornbread thing going on. And I might even be getting a little bit of, maybe it's just my mind because I said cornbread, but a little bit of butteriness. I don't know. But, you know, initially when I came up with this project idea, 100% malted versus 100% unmalted, was to really just kind of settle some data points. What do each of them bring to the table? Well, the unmalted corn is just corn. It does what it's supposed to do. That's how it tastes. That's how it feels. To me, corn always kind of fades to the background. It's harder to pick it out in like a bourbon. The barley is always much more forward to me. But with the malted corn, that's not going to be the case. It's going to add a flavor component. Now I have a gallon of unmalted corn whiskey and a gallon of malted corn whiskey. So those are going together, and they're going to sit in a Badmo for about a year before we have a taste, maybe 2 years before we have a taste. I haven't decided, but I think they'll play well together, just because you have, you know, some complementary things in there. You've got your true sweetness, your corniness, for lack of a better term, in the unmalted, and your grunginess and grainy, kind of heavier, kind of darker grain flavors from this and from the malted. So I think they're going to mix well together in that combination of oak and magic and oxygen. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not really looking forward to waiting. So I'm going to take just a small amount. I don't want to cheat my bad motivator barrel out of being completely topped off. So there we go. So I may get, I've only got a half jar here, but I may get a little bit more. We're gonna go ahead and flavor this stuff. I'm just gonna do a little shot of peach and a little shot of the vanilla. It's enough to give us the essence, the flavor. I'm smelling a lot more of the peach than I am the vanilla. The vanilla's kind of in the back. Yeah, that's gonna go good over ice. Unfortunately, I don't have amounts for you. Just kind of figure it out. The best thing you can do is get an eyedropper and, just do like 5 drops of this one and 5 drops of that one in your jar. Shake it up, let it settle for a minute, and then taste it and see if you want to add some more to it. Yeah, if I can get some fresh peaches from the grocery store, I'm gonna throw one in my glass with some mint and some ice and slowly get drunk on my back porch this weekend. That is delicious. I could even see adding a little simple syrup to that to make an actual cocktail. So some of this, some simple syrup, mint, slice of peach. I think you got a winner of a cocktail. So yeah, try that. So Olive Nation, link down below with the coupon code. Make sure you use that so you get 20% off of anything that you buy on the website. That is it for this video. Not much else to it. Everything's going to go into the bad motivator barrel and sit for 2 years, and that's kind of boring, so we'll just move on to something else while we're waiting. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and please hit the like button. It really helps out the channel, tells YouTube that you enjoy this kind of content. If you want to see what I'm going to do next time, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon right next to it. That way you'll get notified when I post another video. If you have your own experiences with malted and unmalted corn, please post them in the comments down below, because I'm always looking for insight from other people. So I'm not just in my own little echo chamber of what I think it tastes like. All right, thanks for watching. Talk at you later.